Hello, Leo the Lion. Here's your weekly horoscope for February 21 to February 27th. I'll bet you are very glad to see this week come about. Last week was quite full of crises and problems. We had the icy cold Saturn in Aquarius in a very exact square to Uranus in Taurus last week. And the major indication of that was the horrible weather we had and power outages throughout US and Canada for sure. Here in this part of the world, this Saturn-Uranus square, well, aside from the weather, I think in other ways for many people, seemed to bring things to a head. There may have been crises, there may have been conflicts, there may have just you being grouchy, and there's nothing worse than a grouchy Leo, believe me. But that energy has dissipated some this week, so let's leave that behind into last week. The best news I can tell you is that Mercury's not retrograde anymore. While being retrograde in the sign of Aquarius, that is directly opposite your sign. And well, if there's anything that could have gone wrong, it may have gone wrong last week. The good news is with Mercury now going direct as of Saturday, very slowly it's now moving forward again in Aquarius. But for the first time in many months, we do not have any retrograde planets. So that means every sign can start to move forward again, start to pick up where you left off perhaps a month or two or longer ago. There's more good news, but I'm going to come to that relating to that aspect. Let's first talk about Chiron and Aries. Aries is a fire sign like yours, and Chiron is called the wounded healer or maverick in the zodiac. And the beauty of Chiron is it does bring about sometimes some hidden energies that help you heal. It can sometimes indicate your deepest and most hidden wounds. And if Chiron is influencing you, you're going to find that those wounds get opened a little bit, but there's opportunity for you to heal from them. Let's put it this way. If you don't know that you cut the bottom of your foot until you feel the pain, you can't do anything about it. So sometimes Chiron's job is to make you aware of the pain or the hidden, especially the hidden pains and hurts that you may have suffered years ago and now might come to the surface to be healed. So it is a positive aspect, and I think most Leos are strong enough to know that sometimes you got to work through these tough times and find your hidden strength to move forward. With Mercury now moving direct, there's opportunity for you to have better communication with people that you may have had conflict with, perhaps to come to some sort of negotiation or agreement that suits all parties a lot more positively. Mars in Taurus squaring Venus in Aquarius pretty much last week and until Wednesday of this week. Oy vey. Leo loves their relationships. They rule the fifth house, which we call the fun house of lovers and children, friends and hobbies and such things. So when Mars is squaring Venus in fixed signs and it's going to affect Leo as it probably did, as I said, you probably were kind of grumpy or out of sorts last week. And until Wednesday this week, there still could be some of that. But the good news is once we get into the middle of the week, some of that dissipates for you, Leo, and you start to catch a bit of a break. Here's why. I love Mars trine Pluto. It's one of my favorite Mars aspects because I understand how good it is to help people build and develop in life. And I think we are here on this planet to build and grow and become the best version of who we are. So even though Mars in Taurus is kind of in conflict to Leo people in general, the Pluto in Capricorn trining Mars gives you a boost if you're willing to tap into it. Pluto is a symbol for hidden and deeper aspects of yourself and your life in some ways, but it also, to me, is a symbol for, well, anything below the surface, anything underground is Pluto. Pluto rules the underworld, they say in mythology, and in a more practical sense, that's anything going on under the ground. And that can also be a symbol for what's going on under the surface of your mind, of your heart, of your soul. So sometimes Pluto is instrumental in drawing some of these deeper seated issues out of you, putting them in the light and on the table where they can then be dealt with. And that's the beauty of the Mars-Pluto trine. Even though the Mars is squaring, Pluto is saying, come on, Leo, get off your butt and do something about what's going on. And the Mars-Pluto trine is a great opportunity for you to take the steering wheel and begin to drive yourself in the direction you want it to. Now, why Leo gets so upset is they like to be in control. None of us have had much control in the last year because of this pandemic, but unfortunately your sign may react the worst from that. You do not like having power and control taken away from you, no matter the reason. But the good news is with the Mars-Pluto trine, it gives you the ability to be in the driver's seat again, to put your hands on the steering wheel and drive your life where you want it to go. That's not to say that there's not going to be any stress. There's still that Saturn-Uranus square going on in the sky pretty much all year off and on, but this round until April 10th. What Jupiter is doing is it's trining the moon's north node pretty much all week. There is a square to this point in this guy called Lilith till the end of the week as well. Lilith is a point that in a horoscope indicates your deep-seated negative and most pained emotions and feelings. And, well, there's nothing worse than a Leo in pain because, boy, we will all hear about it. So, Jupiter square Lilith might have you bring up a lot of these darker, deeper qualities that some of us don't enjoy. But the good news is with the trine to the moon's north node all week, you have opportunity to fix karma. You know, karma is something that, well, that's the topic of another seminar and article that I'll be doing soon. But when it comes to karma, all that means really is we have a basis that we've come from that might be good or bad, and we can use that in the present to create a better future. So with Jupiter trining the moon's north node, which is a very karmic aspect, it enables a lot more positive karma to come your way is the point I'm trying to get to, but in a way that is very personal and very individual to you. So it could be some of your own deeper emotions that you've got to get more of a handle on, or it could be that someone else being emotional and dumping crap on you, you got to say, hey, no more. You got to draw the lines in the sand and say, I got my own stuff. So with the Jupiter North Node Moon trine, what I like about it being in air signs, your self-talk could be a lot more positive. Might be hard to believe, but sometimes Leo is down on themselves. Sometimes they get insecure like any other sign, and they just don't handle that too well, though. It brings out some of their worser qualities. So let's put it this way. If any of your worser qualities came out recently or do this week, don't worry about it, because it's opportunity for you to do something about it, and in a way that fixes your karma or even creates good karma. I'll say this about every sign. Put your own troubles away and focus on how you can help other people. And you know what? As a side effect, your problems get resolved as well. So again, focus on what you can do to help yourself and then focus on other people and watch your own problems get resolved in the process. Neptune is making a bunch of aspects to the moon this week. It's the only thing Neptune in Pisces is doing. But what I like about the Neptune moon aspect, I will say this, it enables everybody to get in touch with their intuition, their psychic ability perhaps. Now, the moon will be in Leo from Wednesday to Friday of this week, and Neptune will quincunx that. I'm not going to go into an explanation of that aspect right now, but I will say this. It gives you an unusual opportunity to sacrifice a very small part of yourself or something so that you can get a greater gain. So think about that if you're in any kind of negotiation with someone, personal or business. Give a little and you can get back 10 times more. And that's a good thing to remember for this week for you, which could still be a little bit of a crazy week as we're still recovering from a lot of things going on in the sky. Other than that, again, with Chiron and Aries, there is a lot of opportunity, Leo, for you to heal a lot of your issues and problems this week. There's a lot more good karma perhaps to come your way. And I will say this again for all signs, good karma is created by you putting your ego and yourself aside and help other people. And then that's how you build good karma. So good luck to you, Leo. I hope you have a great week ahead.